Problem is, with all the setups on the other one, could get knocked out from starting more software. All name fun.
Hey. Press on the link, Dove, and I'll accept you in. If anybody else wants to come in at any point, they are welcome. Hello.
Did you put my kettle on?
You were still drinking a cup when I got this.
I did shout when you were in there.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
On. I was just thinking.
I made it to a live. Woohoo! I don't see the link. Hang on.
That's because you're not worthy.
There you go.
No swearing.
Bollocks. If anybody wants to come, they're more than welcome to discuss it. We're just going to have a little bit of an open discussion. Deb says F off, Jackal. You know he doesn't shut up, ever. It will be really quiet then.
What's that? Once this is over.
No, said really quiet then, Jackal, shut up. Because Deb said, fuck off, Jackal. And then Rhea put, it'll be really quiet if you shut up.
If I shut up.
Or fuck off. That's funny. Oh, there's the dog. Hey.
Okay, so you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Am I echoing though?
No, you're not echoing.
Okay. I can't see live chat, so I don't know how to do both. I don't know if I can do both.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, just underneath this, and it'll say live chat. Just underneath where it's got like a little screen, and then you can see.
Comment. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, wow, yeah, this is way different. Yeah, F off, Jackal. Tell me it's because I'm not worthy. Yeah, you know better to talk to me like that.
Just wrong.
Hell to the no. Yeah.
She whips his ass. Hi, housewife.
Yeah.
So come on then, give me your thoughts on the whole non-sec.
Okay. So, yes, Steve does deserve to win something. Does he deserve money? I'm not so sure about that. Because he turned down the money that Kyle offered to give him several times.
True.
So there's tax implications here in the US for that. Kyle's already paid taxes on the income that came in. And that's a whole thing too, that the Forbes thing stated that, just because you didn't receive the money, if you're claiming that you were a 50-50 partner, even 2 or 3 years ago, that's tax implications.
Yeah.
So there's an issue with that, which means the IRS could come at him. I don't know if he knows that. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not, because it does state that it doesn't matter if you actually get paid. And that's the same way with dividends. If you made money, even if you didn't take the payout, you have tax implications. And they can't be deferred. It's against the law to have them deferred. I'm live, so what?
I just read that Forbes thing, and he was quite accurate, really, in what he was saying. I thought he did a very good job in saying, like, this is. He was basically saying, how bizarre is this that two people are going after for 50K, half of 50K,
and it's not even that. I mean. I mean, that was pretty profitable probably back in the day for YouTube. It's pretty hard to make that. I get it that some bigger YouTubers do make some good money.
Yeah.
Depends. The AdSense thing right now is like really big because of the, the beer virus and whatnot. But and I'm not trying to say that Steve doesn't probably deserve the channel. Fine, let him have the channel. Kyle, let him have the channel.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just take your licks, because honestly, don't get me wrong, I like Kyle. I want Kyle to win in some aspects of this.
Yeah.
If he's lying and forging papers, he deserves to be prosecuted for some parts of that. Actual jail time, that's not something that's going to happen in civil court here.
No.
That's just not the way it's going to work here in the U.S. I don't understand why Steve's lawyer tells him that. I mean, I could be completely wrong, and this is, again, just my complete opinion, everybody. So please don't jump on me that I'm a complete idiot. But civil cases are way different. This is not a criminal case. This guy didn't deal drugs. They didn't kill somebody. They didn't conspire to kill somebody. This is strictly a civil case. It's not even a business court case, technically, because they're suing an individual. See, that's the other loophole that's going on right now, too, is because technically Steve's trying to run it through as a business case, even if it is technically in front of a judge that is used to business cases. It's kind of more of a civil case, because YouTube isn't considered a complete business, but it is. And it wasn't ran like a business. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if anybody watched Heretics Live today and some of the implications that were put out there. So that was kind of interesting as well, because Heretic always has a great opinion.
Yeah, I like it.
Not everybody agrees. But I mean, and it's kind of funny because, everybody he kind of implemented who he was referring to in that, which we all know was Agrippa. And most of us that watch Heretic understand the implications with him and Agrippa and all of that. And it's fine. But I'm just hoping that Kyle didn't do anything overly shady, because that's going to have bad repercussions for him. But Kyle admitted that Kyle admitted that he dropped the ball showing up to court. Yes, maybe he wasn't properly served. That could be a very good court contention, and I'm not giving an opinion on that whatsoever. That would throw a big loophole in it, obviously. But Kyle admitted that he did have knowledge and he knew he was being sued, and just chose not to show up because he was going through things in his life. Yeah. Well, in the court of law here, you can say, look, I was a drug addict. I was, not in rehab yet, or I was having a lot. There's a lot of little things that can actually help you overcome certain things. So I don't know why they're not using that angle. That could be a personal thing. I don't know. Maybe Kyle don't want to bring that up. But that was what he was implying at the beginning, is why he didn't bother with it. It wasn't just that he was just going to blow Steve off and let him get a default. He just was like, he was going through a lot of things in his life, which we all know that he was, struggling with a lot of personal issues. Yeah. And a lot of people do that. And there's nothing wrong with it. Kyle's been dealing with them. I think he's been handling them very well. I think this ex-boyfriend is just a scorned lover, and I think any testimony from him should be thrown out, because it's a scorned lover. I'm sorry, that's not testimony to anything.
He just came across so friggin' dipsy. Honestly, I don't think he is stupid in any stretch of the word, but that's how he wanted to portray himself on that live yesterday.
Oh, was he on a live with somebody?
With Steve last night. Him, Steve, Joey, and Rufy, or whatever his name is.
Oh, see, I was watching the Sinister Porpoise. She was showing the live of Steve and them, but for some reason YouTube was really messing up here. So it was like cutting off every other word. I think Rhea might have had the same issue that I was having, or maybe it
Yeah.
was me and Marcy. I don't remember. But it was like I couldn't watch it. And then I went to another live and it was doing the same thing. And it was like, it's a YouTube issue going on around here. So
No,
like,
it's
it was
here.
just
It's
really,
cutting me offline. It's really bad. It keeps doing the same here.
yeah. And like at the same time, I think Heretic tried going live 3 times around the same time and he just couldn't go live. So yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's right. Yeah,
I live by a drag strip, so they're testing. They always test and do stuff on Friday, so I can't help the loud noise in the background. I apologize to anybody
no,
that's
it's
here.
fine. It's fine. It's not that bad. Yeah, I don't believe like Kyle's that dumb enough to do anything too drastic, but I do agree with Chopper Lily. She just said that, you know, his anxiety, they just made him bury his head in the sand. And I agree with that because I do that a lot with my anxiety. I'll either go one degree or another. I'll either blow up, and you've all heard me blow up. I'll go swear a lot, call people names, or I'll go the complete opposite and completely sort of go, you know.
Yeah, Chopper, literally, you're right. Kyle was bullied offline. He should show some of that stuff that happened too, but I think that's going to be for a different court case. I don't know. But, you know, he got thousands of very homophobic, disgusting things towards him. It was just disgusting. Those were horrible.
The people,
And good for you, Amy. I live right by a drag strip, seriously. And you know, they test on Fridays and they race on Saturdays and then sometimes Sundays.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
You make me feel really old and fat. Just saying.
Why do I make you feel old and fat? Oh my God, I'm way older than you, and you know this.
Amy Lou's pictures on the screen. I'm like, Jesus Christ, she makes me feel like I'm old and fat. I'm actually on Steve's side, but here for my friend Joe. We love you. And it's okay to have different sides. That's perfectly okay. And like, everyone's got different views in this. And I think it doesn't have to be anything that we have to take personally on anything like that, you know? It doesn't have to be a personal attack on the person. You know, Amy's wants her friend to win, and of course she does. Why wouldn't she? Steve's her friend.
Yeah, no, Amy Lou, like I said, I do think that Steve deserves to probably win the channel, like, because it's not like Kyle's going to do anything with it. And that's fine. I don't know if he deserves any monetary compensation because he kept turning down the money. But, you know, that's not for me to decide. That's for a judge. You know, that's all for that. I don't have, like, I'm not a big Steve fan. Honestly, I'm not. Everybody is fully aware of that. There's something about Steve that rubs me really, really wrong. I understand that a lot of people like him, and I don't have anything against people that do. And I'm not going out there trying to bash Steve in any way, shape, or form. And I'm not bashing Kyle either. I think they both need to lose and they both should win. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be some kind of happy medium that comes from this. Whether both parties are going to be happy, I highly doubt it.
I think there's no one's going to be happy in this situation. I really don't. But I kind of agree. I think Kyle doesn't want the channel anyway. So just give it to Steve.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what they're going to
think.
Yeah, I don't know what they're really going to be able to do with it because, honestly, even though it does say that it's got like the last time I checked, I think it was like 27, maybe 30K. There are a bunch of dead subs. Yes, there's a lot of people that are willing to go there and watch his stuff, but they should be watching the same stuff on the Great Debate channel that he started because basically that was the whole issue. I don't know. Hey, you know what? Maybe they have a whole different plan for it. That's their business. I'm not trying to get into it and not trying to care. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not trying to say anything negative.
That's what I said. Like, I think the channel's dead. Either way, I really do. Whether somebody could revive it, I don't know. Possibly, maybe. I'm unsure. But if Kyle doesn't want to do anything with it, just give it to him. But then just sort of make it clear that then it's cut, like all things are cut. That's it. You can't take me to court anymore. You can't like ask for money. It is like done and dusted. But I think it's more of a pissing contest right now. Like it's not about the channel anymore.
Amy Lou, I don't think so unless you're a Hoosier. And I don't live in Indy. There's many drag strips in Indiana. So I mean I don't care. People know that I live in Indiana and I'm a Hoosier. I'm not really worried about that. It's a small drag strip though. I mean it's small. We don't do like the really long cars. These are stock cars that they drag strip with, that they race, like people build them themselves. I also have a small racetrack, and actually Tony Stewart and Ryan Newman have raced at our racetrack here, which is kind of funny. And then I don't live too far from another one that actually I believe Tony Stewart bought and has raced at several times.
Yeah.
And it's like about a 45-minute drive from me. Now, my racetrack here in my local area, well, yeah, that's about a 20-minute drive. But there's another one that's like 45 minutes that I believe Tony Stewart bought several years ago.
Wow. Joey, I don't think even if Kyle wins the money, Steve wins the money, sorry, how is he going to get it? He's going to be getting paid $50 a month for the next, 20 years. Kyle hasn't got 30 grand to give. So either way, Steve's lost that money.
Yeah, and there is no in North Carolina, you're not there is a law there you're not allowed to garnish wages. Now, in some states, yes, they can, but judgments such as those don't always apply. Judgments here in the state that I live in, yes, you can get those judgments. That doesn't mean you get to garnish people's wages. And it's a business. You don't get to do that. I remember way back in the day, and this is just a really weird story, but my mom hired a contractor to come out and do some work on her house. She paid him some money up front. He came out, did a bunch of stuff. She paid him some more money for some more supplies. He dropped off. There was a bunch of supplies left in our yard, but then he just disappeared. So then he took all of his assets from his business, signed them over to some random, I guess it was his wife. I don't remember the particulars. I was very young at the time. Well, not young, but I was a teenager, I guess. Anyway, my mom got, a really good judgment against this guy, and judgments can be renewed in the state. You have to go every 10 years and get them renewed and show proof and whatever. But anyway, so this guy technically just made sure that he had no assets to where my mom could actually garnish anything or get any compensation from this guy. And so she had to eat it. She had a loan to have this renovation done on her house that she had to pay. And so she ended up hiring, I ended up I did a lot of the work. She had friends and families that were contractors, and we came over, came over and did stuff. So, and eventually it got done. It took years and years and years, but yeah, judgments against businesses don't always mean you get a payout.
Even if he wins, basically the judge won't necessarily say, okay, so much of your wages have to come out every month.
No, because also garnishments have to be done through an actual employer. So if you're self-employed, you can show a business loss. If people that file Schedule C's can show their business losses, and you can only take up to 25% after what is allowed for normal expenses. So like my husband, actually, he had a garnishment years and years ago when we first got together. And because he made really good money, but they allow you to make so much money per week, and then they take so much out after that. And it's only up to 25% depending on your family size. So it could be as low as 5 to 10%, depending on, like if you're married and got 4 kids, they're only going to take 5% after they allow you this, particular amount. Like So for a family of 4, there's a minimum requirement that the law accepts that you have to make per week. So let's say you bring home $500 a week. They're going to say, well, you need 450 of that, to even live off of. So after that, we take what is the $50 left, and that person gets 10% of that. So, okay, $5. There you go.
Yeah. Amy Lou said you'll be like chasing damn child support.
Well, now child support is something different that is punishable and jailable.
Yeah.
That they do kind of have bigger laws about that because deadbeat dads have a way of going around the law, and a lot of laws have cracked down on that. But I mean, I had a deadbeat dad for 13 years, so
Yeah.
The joys of law as it's great.
I know, and the law here is just as bad though. Like, it's not like it's any better here. Our law system absolutely shocking here. But I just honestly think it's crazy that he went on a live yesterday and completely was basically celebrating, like, yeah, we won. And I was like, oh my God, like, relax, like, wait until the judgment, because I'm honestly a true believer that you can't tell what's going to happen in a court case.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's always, everybody can speculate. Even the lawyers can be like, no, I for sure got this in the bag, just like Steve's lawyer tells him this, just like Kyle's lawyer's telling him this.
Yeah.
Well, of course, the lawyers are going to try and tell their clients the best case scenario, although they also tell them the worst case scenario. That's their job. Just like Nate says, he shows both sides. That's what Nate Brody is very fair when he talks about stuff. So it's really kind of cool. I mean, he doesn't pussyfoot around the issue, and he always states at the end, look, this is just literally my opinion. This has been my experience, but ultimately it is up to the judge. Hey, you know what? Judges have bad days. Sometimes they're just like, dude, you know what? You irk me wrong. This is just bullshit. I'm tired of this is just a bunch of playing and you're wasting my court time, because judges can call it too. Judges, they're not stupid. They're not there because they haven't done this job and that they aren't, have the qualifications and have seen enough bullshit in their time. So hopefully he sees the bullshit from both sides and just throws both parts of the bullshit, because both sides have been throwing and slinging bullshit. Sorry. I mean, both sides have. You can't deny that. Both sides have flung shit. So that's the way it is. But I think this new boyfriend scorn thing, I think this is a pretty low blow. And for them to come out and say that they haven't known about him, I think that's kind of unfair, considering that, evidence did come out. And I'm not trying to say that, all evidence that Uni tries to portray is complete and accurate, but that is pretty fair to say that there were, from the Wayback Machine of Twitter, because you can find those things, people that know how to do that there was a tweet put out by this boyfriend a while ago about stuff, and Steve McRae obviously had known about it. So, I mean, for him to say that they didn't, of course they have to say that's fine, and I'm not trying to call him a liar. Don't try to say that, but I'm just saying that I don't completely believe the fact that you didn't know about this guy. So,
I think he did know him back then, and I think when him and Kyle started talking again, he just like went away and didn't come back. And then when they started fighting again, all of a sudden he comes back, and Steve's like, boom, we got him. Like, whether that's
I mean, when you're scorned ex, I mean, you say and do things in the heat of the moment, and then when you get scorned again, you really go out to hurt the person that you really, really, truly love. And, who knows, this guy might change his mind in a couple more months and feel really bad for doing that, because you don't, to say you love somebody, but you be willing to go out and hurt them. See, that's the whole thing about human nature, is that we get so angry at the person we love the most. And we
Yeah.
will do anything to hurt them because they hurt us. And you
Yeah.
have to make them hurt like we're hurting. And that's the worst, probably, trait that I think humans have. And
Yeah.
I don't know if most people understand that or, relate to that, because that's what people do. It's
Yeah.
human nature. I'm not trying to say I've been ever innocent of it. Please. I've done it plenty of times. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I'm sure you've lashed out at somebody that you said you loved. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you
Look
did love them.
with
And
the
that's why
whole
it's
Eddie Bass thing.
yeah, and that's because you love them so much. That's why you lash out so bad, is
Yeah.
because you're so hurt. You want them to hurt too. But technically, that's kind of the opposite of the feeling you're trying to portray to them. And it's
Yeah.
really hard to grow later. And I think a lot of younger kids, they do it more. I know I did that silly shit when I was younger because, well, duh, I was younger and didn't understand stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do that now. I'd just be like, okay, well, bye.
I think for
Okay.
me, it is. If it depends on who it is for me. If it's somebody that I genuinely cared about, then that's when I get mad. That's when I start like an F you and like, do you know what I mean, like, do whatever I need to do. For others, if I don't feel that, I'm just like, oh well.
Exactly. But somebody you've been into an intimate relationship with,
Yeah.
or even sometimes parents
Yeah.
or, siblings, like because you love your brother or sister, you love your parents, you obviously loved your significant other, and
Yeah.
they do something that really, really hurts you. And so you will go and air their dirty laundry, or you will say or do something to hurt them. You will, do something destructive,
Yeah.
which technically only makes you look worse, but you
Yeah.
don't see it until later. And that's just the way it is. Live and learn. I'm just saying from experience, I can say live and learn.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a very good human trait, but it is a human trait that we all have. So
Oh, I
I'm
do
just
for
saying.
sure. I definitely do. And I know that. I know that about myself because just all the thing now going on with like bloody Leslie and all that, that was from hurt. That was from genuine hurt.
Yes. Yeah. Well, see, again, yeah, somebody that you truly felt that you loved and everything. Yeah, Amy Lou, glitching for me last night. I did everything on my phone. I don't know. Eventually, it just stopped. I cleaned my cache. I upgraded. I went to YouTube on Play Store. I don't know if you have that. It actually had an update. I updated, which I regret, but it is what
Mhm.
it is. But yeah, no, YouTube has really been glitching here in the States. Like you're trying to watch a live and you can hear that's all you hear.
God,
And
I
I was
hate
like, oh my God, I can't watch this. This is like annoying as heck. It was
it.
really hard. There was like 2 lives that I really wanted to watch. But later when I went back after they, like uploaded the video, I was able to watch it and it was fine. But I was like, oh my gosh, during the whole thing, it was like, I can't watch this. This is driving me crazy because I can't hear but every other word. And
You can't
it's annoying.
like you're trying to get the gist of what everyone's saying and you're struggling then because you can't hear it.
Yeah, because it's like you hear like every 2 or 3 words and then there's nothing. And then it's like, and on the screen, it's like blipping. And that's that's the only way I can explain it. It's blipping. It's not buffering. It cuts out, cuts in, cuts out, cuts in, and it's like a flash. It's really annoying. It's annoying as heck.
Surely though, somebody just said that that boy Ben is on Red's channel. Surely him going on all these channels can't be good for his look in front of the judge, can it?
Yeah. I mean,
The reason why you can't see it.
what's the first rule when you're in a lawsuit that all lawyers tell you? Shut
Keep
the F up.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut.
It doesn't mean it will go against him, though.
It's crazy. I don't know. I just think the whole thing, I just think how it came about just seemed very, very odd to me, that they've been talking about this secret evidence for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And now 2 days before the apparent court case, they put in this big like blow, which have worked out that like, okay, we don't know for sure whether it's fake or not, but I highly doubt it.
Right. And they tried to play it off that it was the Discord message. Even Heretic did a live about that a couple of weeks ago, which
Yeah.
technically could be thrown out very easily on technicalities because, you know, it's a Discord recording. It's not overly verified. Majority of those people didn't agree to be recorded. It's a private Discords, unless they know you're being recorded, really aren't supposed to be shared. You know, like people in, like the owner of the Discord could be like, yeah, no, I never authorized this. So it could just be thrown out for that.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of Discords, such as places like Unis and Drags, you know, they're very private with that kind of stuff. That's supposed to be, well, not a safe place when you're in there, but safe as what you say here stays here. It's like Vegas, baby. It's Vegas, baby.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just crazy.
The whole thing is just gameplay by all
Yeah,
sides.
it is. There's a
But
lot of
that's
gameplay,
not-
and not just by Steve's side, but by Kyle's side
But
as
that's
well.
not the
You know,
problem.
there's a lot of freaking game playing.
The problem
Yeah,
is-
it's way too much. It's over exaggerated for
You'll
a
find-
YouTube channel that you can just start your own.
Yeah.
You know,
And that was my thing with Steve. Like when he was removed or whatever the case may be with the non sequitur, he had 2 channels. He could have quite easily made one of those channels just as great, if not better, than the non sec.
well, that's what he was doing. He was
Right.
running both of those as well as being on the non-sec. If you go way back and you look like way back to a lot of videos that were going on back in the day, lots of other YouTubers were talking about it. Steve was doing both. His channel became very popular. The Great Debate Thing channel just got to be an issue because, well, Steve started censoring people. And that's where Steve kind of like ended up losing the leeway on that.
Yeah.
Because he started censoring people that came on to what they called the Great Debate. I mean, it's a debate for a reason. So all opinions were welcomed.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where Demi messed up too, because when she started hers, if you didn't go in there being on her side or her chosen, then you got dogpiled. And at first, her channel was great, but when you started having people come in there and being dogpiled, you know, a lot of people come in there, people like even like me, you know, like, look, I get that Brett Keane wasn't like a really nice guy. I don't know if anybody knows who that is. It's fine. But, you know, he goes in there and he is dogpiled by everybody. And it's like, well, how much of debate is there? Because at the beginning, it was really cool. They were talking about really nice stuff. They were having a good debate. And then one person come in, well, hey, Brett, what about you beating your wife? You know, and blah, blah, blah. And just literally come in there and start shit. And there wasn't anybody that would come in and say, hey, you know, wasn't what the topic was. Let's not, you know, we're supposed to be trying to be friendly here. Well, it was never going to be a friendly place. It was never going to be a safe place for people to actually have a debate. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That was just my take on it. It got to be a very ugly place.
He could have started one of his channels to be like not the Great Debate, but something like that, and to make. He's had all this time. Why didn't him and Chesh work hard on that? What?
And backing.
Yeah, and the backing of like Rufy.
Is that his new name? Is he?
Well, I don't know. I can't remember his name, so I just call him Rufy because that's like the drug, isn't it?
Well, and then why start a third channel with some guy that you're going to do once a month show and say that it's actually going to cost $3,000 a show? Are you serious right now?
That is
And anybody that bought into that, well, kudos to you, buddy. And I don't believe they've actually done a third show. It's been over 3 months now. They've only done 2 shows that whole time. So yeah, if you did invest in that, you got screwed.
They only had $5,000 from the GoFundMe, so
it's crazy though. Like
Yeah.
they've literally, I think if he had worked, and even if Rufy had just put some money into his channel, put some advertising out, got people to come in, and like just like Kyle did, paid some people to do the, music and he would have, his channel would have been probably way up there by now. Like if he had just left Katie alone. But even his people, like at one point, were like, for Christ's sake, enough of Katie Joy. Like we've had enough of Katie Joy, and that was his members saying this.
Right. Yeah, he actually lost a lot of patrons due to that because they were sticking by him, waiting, for him just go ahead and, work up his great debate channel. But he, had other ideas, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for Steve. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been neglecting the chat, so I hope you have like mods in there because I am not able to mod.
Yeah, I'm watching it on the other screen. Do you think if he got the non sequitur back, he could build it up to something?
I don't know. I don't know. He's kind of burned bridges with people that were what they considered known names in the great debate community. I could be wrong. Steve is probably going to contradict anything that I'm saying right now, and that's fine. He has his opinion. We do know that a lot of the bigger name people refused to associate with him that were big names from the great debate, community. There's plenty of the great debate things still out there.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing, is like, but if they refuse to come on to your show with Steve, I mean, it's not like these people aren't still, it's not like these people aren't still debating. These people are still online. They still have channels. They're still debating with, quite a few people out there. I'm sure he can find guests, like he said. Maybe they had a whole different direction for the non sequitur, thing. Because, I mean, technically the whole term of non sequitur, so that's fine. And I mean, if and when he gets his channel back, if or when, I wish them great success. Honestly, I do. I have, like I said, I don't have no ill will towards any of them. It doesn't make a difference to me in my life. It makes no difference to me.
No, same.
Okay. If it makes him finally be happy in his life and stop, having to live whatever it is that he's living in, because I don't think that Steve's been very happy dealing with all this. I mean, it's been over a year. I can't imagine that it's been a great life, dealing with it. In some aspects, don't mean that personal, Steve. I'm sure you have a great life because you're happy. I'm not trying to bash Steve. I am not trying to. Even though I don't personally care for him, but I'm not trying to wish him any ill harm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just don't think that, like, if he haven't done it now, I'm not sure he can. I hope he can. And if he wins this channel back, crack on. But he's not going to do it if he's going to continually going after people. I think that's what I think he should have learned from this year, that you can't just continually go after someone and they've gone after Katie, now it's Uni, and it was me, it was all these different people that he just wants everyone to go after. That doesn't fly with these kind of intelligent people,
Well, that's true. I mean, you can learn very valid lessons from people from different channels that even Steve McRae is aware of, such as people like G-Man or Shanny for Christ. They felt that they could just go on YouTube and talk about people and do random things and say random things. Yeah. And when the people backlashed, when they, after they lashed, and, all atheists are hateful and we're all this, that, and, you know, we have no morals. And it's like, whoa, dude, you don't get to come at me
Yeah.
and tell me I don't have morals based on I don't believe in your beliefs.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that doesn't work that way, and don't expect to not have repercussions from that. But that's all he's doing. Repercussions.
And I am.
You
Yeah,
know, and we don't even want to get into Shanny, for Christ.
Oh my
So,
God. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think if he can get the channel back and he actually works hard, stops going after people, stops sitting there with Chash being a little teenage girl, I think he can get quite far. I honestly do. But he needs to stop this childish teen mom mentality.
well, you know, Chesh does serve a purpose as far as she is a very good enabler for Steve, which is great. She's a very good backup. She has some art design background, which would help him with, you know, a lot of graphics and everything for his channel. She serves a purpose. I mean, I completely agree with that. She would totally have, you know, a very good spot for that channel.
Yeah.
Why they've put it off and wouldn't like wait until you win the channel and then just transfer all that over to another channel, that's fine. That's their business. I don't know. I'm not trying. Look, I have no love lost for either one of them.
No.
I've apologized to Chesh in Red's chat for saying something that I said to her. She called me out on Twitter. I seen it. I thought it was funny when she called me out. I still think it's kind of funny, but I did apologize because it probably was wrong of me to say such a thing. So I did sincerely apologize.
Yeah.
And I still stand by that apology. It's fine. And therefore, I'm not bashing anybody on YouTube. Well,
Yeah.
I could bash a couple of people, but those names aren't allowed on this channel. And yes, I delete your comments when you name certain people, just so people do understand that yes, when you say certain people's names, they do get deleted because we will not speak of those that won't be spoke of.
Exactly. It's just not worth the stress that comes along with it, guys.
It's not worth
It's just not worth
the
it.
effort.
It's definitely not worth it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, me neither. Literally, I was just like,
Some
yeah,
of those people, well, yeah, because those people have tried to cause problems between me and you, me and several other members that are on this channel and other chats, and it doesn't work. See, that's the worst way to approach me. And anybody that knows me, such as you, would know that that's the worst way to approach me.
Yeah. You're not one to be approached like that.
No, don't tell me, you know, what to do or what to watch, because I say and watch, I watch who I want, and I say what I want, and I do what I want.
And that's the thing with this, with me and this channel. Even when back in, like, way back when I was going, you know, hard for Katie or
behave yourself.
That's why I'm talking shit.
I legitimately never once said, don't watch these people, you know, don't do that, don't do that. I would never ever say, like, you're all grown ass people, watch who you want to watch. You don't need me to tell you who to watch and who not to watch. Chopper Lily says, is that who I think it is? Probably Chopper Lily.
Probably. It's very bitter in my mouth to say anything about that person. There.
No, she's
That's what happens with labels.
yeah, she's like Candiel.
And the other person could just be tucked under something because, you know, the K crystals are, you know, very tucked up underneath something. There you go. 2 unmentionable names. There's probably a third name I should say, but I'm not going to because I get it. Some people still care for that person. That's fine. Don't care.
Yeah.
But I've warned you about 2 people, and I was dead straight up right about the first one from day one. Oh, you going to say I told you so?
Literally, like, I'm not even joking, guys. I think the day after, it might have even been the night of, Like, I was on the phone to Dove and she was like, is it too soon to tell you I told you? So I'm like, fuck off, Dove. It was funny.
The drag
Yeah,
race.
yeah. I'm a comedian. I gotta go get my damn charger before I lose all my power.
The end of the world.
Or
Shut up, Jackal. Shut up, Jackal.
yeah, shut
Shut up,
up.
girl.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah,
This is
shut up,
when
girl.
we were trying to have a conversation with Dove on the phone. And then all we got is her husband one side and the other side. And we're like, both of you, shut the fuck up.
I know.
But
Mine was just trying to talk smack, and I said, look, I'm on a live. Shut up.
It's like, honestly, they were both like, do. I was like, shut up. The both of you. My God, they don't shut
Oh my
up.
God. This is international call stuff. Leave us alone.
Yeah. Jesus. Honest to God, it was so funny. I was like, oh my God, that's too funny. Like, piss off the lot of it. The troublemakers are always in the drama, right? How much nicer has it been here, though, guys, since like we haven't been in any drama? You know, we talk about stuff like this. We can have a discussion about this without being bitchy or nasty or mean to anybody, you know? It's a conversation. There's no need to be drama. What I do find funny, though, is that just a couple of weeks ago, everyone was like, all, oh my God, Katie Joy, we love Katie Joy. Now everybody's like hating on her again. Those people who were all over her now hating on her again. I'm like, well, that didn't last long.
But that's how it all works.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment about Katie Joy. I haven't watched her in way months. I hear it through everything. I don't care what she does.
I
Her
don't know. I
business.
cared about a
She's
few
going to
things.
be your own downfall, in my opinion, and I'm sorry about that. But Katie, you need to go back to your roots and wise up. But that's my own opinion. Whatever.
It did hurt my feelings on some of the things she said. I'm not even going to lie, but that's probably because it's very close to home for me. You all know what I've done and what I've been through, so it was way too close to home for me. So for that kind of really did sort of go a little bit close to home.
Not quite sure what part, because like I said, the only thing I knew of is because I watched a Little Red Live the other day and I seen what she did, and that's why I said, oh, Joe, you seriously don't know what she said. And then so I explained to you.
didn't know.
That's as much as I've watched of that, because beyond that, I really don't give a shit. Like, I mean,
But
we
that's
already
the
know
thing.
that she's very inappropriate a lot of times. So it is what it is.
And that's the thing, like, just do you, like, why other people need to, like, all of those literally was in a chat, and like she's apologizing there, like saying all nice stuff to her. Literally, Housewife just said the apology didn't even last a week and they were all bitching about her again. But yeah, I'm the bitch because I apologized and haven't said a thing since.
Yeah, I mean, well, I already told you, Joe, in private, why I told you why she threw you back under the bus. So,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm not going to state that publicly online. So,
Yeah.
and I was right. But I was right about that opinion, that it was completely,
for sure. And that's the thing, just like if everyone just less concentrated on other people were doing and concentrate on yourself, there'd be a lot less drama going on, people.
Yeah, I mean,
concentrate on your own channels.
Yeah, Katie Joy. She is going to start drama. It's what she likes to do.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's what she does. And if people haven't accepted that by now, yes, you can keep calling her out, but people are still going to watch her because they're going to go there for the drama. They're going to go there for the controversy. They're going to go for the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
But it is what Katie Joy is. I mean, so to try and change her is kind of silly. It's who she is. So you either accept that's what she is, or just don't watch her.
And
You
all
know.
we're doing is giving her more clout. Not saying that like all us little people got clout, but people who don't know who she is, everyone who's talking about her, they are then going, "Who's Katie Joy? Like who's Kate? Who's that?" Do you know what I mean? And then they end up going to find her, and they don't know the stuff that's previously or the stuff she's done. They just think she's like, oh, well, she just talks about 90 Day Fiance, or she just talks about, you know, this, that, and the other. And we're not gonna, like, nobody's gonna stop her from doing what she does. So just let her crack the fuck on, like.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. She is trying to run a business, make a living for her family.
Yeah.
Because of her family situation. I don't, fault her for that in any way, shape, or form. Her form for doing it, a little bit questionable, but that's my own personal opinion. That's strictly that. Oh, hold on. Oh, there you go. It worked. Oh my God.
What?
Okay, hold on. Jesus, I don't know if I'm able to mute. Thank you. You don't actually have to start your car to run your windshield wipers, right? Oh, yeah, you do with your car. Oh, shit, because you got a stupid push button thing. Yeah, no auxiliary crap with you. See, that's why I like a key. Screw that other shit. Bye. Thank you. Could have warned a person.
Our old car.
My husband is very disrespectful to everybody in the world right now.
He's never disrespectful to me. He loves me.
Oh, that's
He loves me. I'm his baby.
Put on. Take off.
Yeah, I know. Like when I had to lift my windshield wiper the one day, I was like, really? That looked really easy. But I sat there for 20 minutes trying to do it.
Exactly, that's the same mechanism putting it on. Different thing that
It's really weird.
This one's easy. Just push it in, hold it up, and it comes right off.
No, windshield wipers are complicated.
Yeah, I don't think so, babe.
No, they are. It's really weird. My car, literally, our cars, both of them, because we have the same type of car. One side is a really long one, and the other side's a short one.
Yeah.
And one day when I was driving, literally one of my windshield wipers broke. It was a sleet storm going on, and I had a passenger in my car.
Right.
And I literally had to leave my window open and take this broken windshield wiper and scrape my window so that I could finish dropping this person off. Then I had to do the same thing to go find an AutoZone to buy a new windshield wiper. And it was weird because they were almost sold out of my stuff. They're like, oh my God, everybody's having their windshield wipers break today. And I got lucky. I was like, I had bought the last one in stock, and I had the lady come put it out. I was like, no, look, I ain't got time to fiddle with this thing. I can't even get part of it broke off, but the other part was still on the windshield wiper, or, on the gadget that moves up and down on your car. And I had to have the lady from AutoZone come out and put it on my car because I was like, look, I ain't got time for this.
Came out and done it.
Yeah. Shut up. You changed the oil in your car? Yeah, I didn't think so, Jackal.
I do actually.
I can do all that as well. I can.
Yeah, I can do that.
I can drop I can do quite a lot on the car.
That's what YouTube's for. You just go on there.
YouTube. The learning tool. It makes us all lawyers and car mechanics. You're right.
I only got the car from YouTube.
He did, yeah. Literally, it was so funny. It was like, oh my God.
It's a lot harder with these newer cars, though. There's too much other stuff. Everything's censored now. There's sensors on everything. It's not like it used to be where just vacuum hoses or, a tube here or there. Hell, if you had an issue with your radiator, you just threw pepper in it and you were good to go for, another 100,000 miles.
Pepper and eggs.
Yeah. The whole damn thing replaced, and Yeah, and a sensor replaced because it says, "Oh no, you got a leak."
The car won't start if the sensor is.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't even.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them now won't even start.
Yeah,
Or they'll just stop.
it's annoying. Right, I'm going to get off anyway because it's like 11:15 here.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, I better sort some.
you better sort Beastie out. It's
She's
quarter
the
to-
definition of Karen. It's not a good look on her. Yeah, I agree, Chopper Lily. But you know, it's who she is.
Yeah, it is what it is. And it is what it is. She is who she is, and it is what it is. You can't change her now. You either have to just like her and just carry on watching her, or just walk away, which is what I did back in March. I was just like, I'm done. I'm not going to sit and go after her for, months and months and months. But
Stupid stuff that she does every day.
yeah, I'm also not gonna
Hang on every
Well,
word.
Yeah.
you know, Joe, I was like one of her first 700 subscribers. She wasn't even monetized when I watched her, when I started being a follower of hers. So, back then she covered a lot of different issues. She really did talk about child stuff. And it's not like I have a child with any issues. Well, I mean, my son does have eye issues and stuff, but way different than, obviously her son or anybody on the spectrums of things. And my heart goes out to all those moms. But yeah, and then like I was in her lives when she was talking about her son was getting ready because he finally got old enough. He was getting ready to start his first day of kindergarten, and she was so stressed. And we were all just sitting in her live, just encouraging her that it's okay. And like I even told her a story about like the first time I dropped my son off at kindergarten, what the teacher did. Like she gave us this little packet. It had like some chamomile tea in it, a little piece of tissue.
So freaking cute.
Yeah, and it had like a little piece of tissue, and it had like a little, like a real inspiringly note. And it's just like, I know that you're feeling sad, go home and make this cup of tea, use this tissue, and read this quote, and just sit back and know that your child's safe, like, because she knew that like when you're sending your kid to school for the first time, that it's really hard on mommies.
Yeah.
And it was just the cutest thing. And so I was telling her the story and stuff. And then the next day, like she was doing this live and, it was just a random hangout. And, so everybody in the chat was like, oh, so how did your son do his first day? Don't ask about my son. Why are you asking about my son? And then she just started blocking a bunch of people. And it was like, wow, we just sat in a live, where you were talking about him. And so we all just like, we all fell in love with Vaughn and we're very invested with him. So when people ask about her son, it's not, I get that she ended up getting very, and I totally understand, where she started getting very offended or disingenuous about people asking. But most of the people in her chats were literally very concerned or loving, because, we cared. We were that invested in her life at that point that, we just knew about her life so much. Nobody cared that she had a nurse there, that she was online doing her job. We were not, disingenuous about, the fact that she had a job. Okay. Lots of women have 40-hour-a-week jobs and have to send their kids off to daycare. It's a hard thing. Trust me. I did that too. Yeah, it sucks.
Most people, most parents nowadays, it takes two incomes to survive.
It does. And that's the saddest part. And the question is, then you end up with somebody else's raising your child, putting their morals on your child, their beliefs, or, just their schedule. And it conflicts against your own schedule. Lots of things. Yeah, it creates a big thing. But do you have a choice? Well, not always. And I mean, I didn't have a choice. I was a single mom back in the day when some of my stuff happened.
Yeah.
For the first 2 years of my oldest son. So it was kind of like, I didn't have a choice. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Some of us ended up living off of minimum wage and doing what we could. And getting help where we could and doing what we had to do to raise our child, because it is what it is. You know, I mean, that's part of life. And I'm sure there's thousands of women out there
Yeah.
that know and understand the struggle.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It's
100%.
not like I'm rich and live high off the hog, because COVID has messed me up. COVID has totally messed up my life.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been able to work at all this year. Like, I had a very good, job. I loved my job. It worked for my disabilities. I was able to make income for my family. We weren't living high off the hog, but we were able to maintain. And now we're getting to the point where, like, oh my God, I'm not about to be able to maintain. And now I'm going to have to start, looking into other avenues or whatever. But I can't work because my doctors confined me to the house.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still confined to the house. It's month 9 and I'm still confined to my house.
It is. It's a lot of more cases are happening in Wales here. We've had 30 just from where I'm from, just from the area I'm from, 30 new cases just today.
I just looked at the stats yesterday. Last month, we had 739 new cases in our state and 13 deaths.
Wow, that's just crazy. It's so freaking scary. Honest to God, this COVID is scaring the freaking life out of me. Right, anyway, I'm going to get off because it's 10 to 11 and I'm knackered. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me.
We can do this more often now. Haha, I can get you on the channel.
Oh, well, you need to put it on the other thing.
Yeah, I need to figure it out. Carl's going to look tomorrow for me because I'm done. I can't do it. I've tried my best. I can't do it.
Shortest live ever. What, Amy Lou?
No, we're over an hour. I try not to go over the hour, don't I? I always try and stay around the hour time. Unless we're doing cards, and then I do a little bit.
Talking about the other.
Oh, the other live, yeah.
The other live that she was going to.
Yeah, maybe. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
See,
I shall see you later. Bye, guys. Thanks, Deb. Love you.
Love you.
Bye, babe. Bye, guys.
Bye.